Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirya Chatraha Thirairangaistuttuvanum Sastanubhihi Yashema Devahi Kanyadayuhu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, O gods, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious. O ye adorable ones, may we see with our eyes what is auspicious. May we sing praises to ye and enjoy with strong limbs and body the life allotted to us by God. Om peace, peace. Discipline is most important, and without it, no serious meditation will ever be possible. But it should be one's own discipline, not a routine mechanically imposed from the outside. One's own routine. In spiritual discipline, there must be great definiteness. We have to be more decisive and conclusive and exercise great confidence regarding everything. It won't do for us to put two legs in two different boats. We must learn to follow one course, definitely, step by step, without vacillating, if we wish to reach the goal one day. We must learn to follow one course definitely, step by step, without vacillating, if we wish to reach the goal one day. Thomas Merton. Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here in San Diego. And yes, the topic today is cultivating discipline. Everybody struggles in spiritual life to practice and exercise what we call discipline. I often get asked by many devotees, how do I do it, Swami? It's difficult. And I understand. But if you're struggling, and if you find this to be difficult, then you should stop and ask yourself, what am I doing? What do I want? What am I pursuing? What is the goal of this practice? What is the goal of this life? If you want to exercise discipline, we need to understand exactly what is the goal. The goal is something that you need to embrace dearly, so much so that you should fall in love with it. Fall in love. Then discipline is not a question. It comes to you spontaneously. Then discipline comes from within, not from somebody else. I need to please or need to practice certain religion we consider good. This is about us, and it needs to come from within. So we must have that decisive, conclusive confidence, conviction about what? The purpose. We often talk about the concept of discipline, but you don't know. It's like Nike says, just do it. That's it. But in order to do it, you need to understand the purpose. There must be deep interest in spiritual life. Whenever you embrace discipline, you need to know what you're doing. When it comes to your spiritual life, you need to understand what is the goal of life. It needs to be clear to you what you are doing. It needs to be clear to you what you are embracing and why you're doing it. Simply because you have been introduced to this so-called religion by your parents, school, or teachers, that's not enough. How do you cultivate something? You simply nurture it. You cultivate a vegetable garden. What do you do? Yes, seed is okay. The seed must be there, should be there, but then you have to nurture it. Water it every day. Love it, care it, and you will see what comes as a result. In the same way, you have to water the seed of our spiritual purpose, our spiritual goal. It's not just a belief. This is about us and the transformation of our character and personality. Transformation. So the thing is, you have to be interested. There must be interest. So what are we truly doing in a spiritual life? What do we want to achieve in a spiritual life? Is it clear to you? Probably a month ago, I gave a talk here on God is love. We discussed about that, what we love the most. And what is that we love the most? What is it? Ourselves. Yes, we are very selfish people. And that is okay. There is a reason for that. All we want in our lives is for ourselves. Naturally. And those who you love and consider your own. I'm sure many of you experience that. Mostly with human beings, your dear ones, sometimes with our pets. They believe you have that emotion, they belong to you as if they were your own. That is very natural. So according to our scriptures, the thing that we love the most is ourselves. The second thing we love the most is the goals, or are the goals we pursue in life. Imagine, think about it. Does it make sense? I love myself, and what do I want for me? I want my goals to be fulfilled. What is this third thing that you love the most? The means that will help you reach your goals. Now, when it comes to God, because I wouldn't say unfortunately, but sometimes the word God is, it's a little tension, both not in this context and here. But sometimes when I bring up the idea or concept of God, then people say, oh, please, don't go there. But yes, if we are discussing a spiritual discipline, we have to embrace the concept of God. Because God is real, whether we like it or not. God is just not just a concept created by our own minds. You know that God is created by you. It's the highest thought that you can conceive in our human intellect. It's the highest idea. It's a principle, all powerful, everywhere. We call it in Vedanta the conscious being, conscious self, consciousness, Chaitanya, existing here and now, everywhere. Even within you, as you. That is the truth. That God is real. Because you exist. And you are aware of your existence. Very much so. You are here. You brought your bodies here. So how do we embrace this concept of God, which is usually introduced in our life by our own religions, from our parents or teachers? In the beginning, we are kids, we know nothing. We don't care actually. But we are told that there is a God. Who created this? God. Why this and that? Because of God. Who is God? They keep asking. Oh, he's all powerful, There is Jesus. Oh, there it is. You can't name it. But it is. God is. So how is God introduced in our lives? As a goal? Or as a means? Remember, what is the third thing that we love the most? The means to achieve our goals. And God is introduced in our lives as means. If you pray to Him, He'll be good to you. If you go to church, you'll be fine. So you approach God whenever you are in need. Is that true? When you are not in need, when everything goes well, and you are fine, enjoying life, then all of a sudden, something happens. Oh my God, please. So we only remember him or her, depending on how you look upon that principle that is beyond gender. So we are in trouble. Spiritual life is all about analyzing this. So we pray to God so that He can give us whatever we want, help us stay healthy, or help us pass this or that examination, help us find the job I want, or help me. When we are done, when we gather enough experience of life, we are done with what? Life experience. What experience? Everything. Life is not exactly what I want. It's what it is. And sometimes it may be what I wanted, but most of the time it is what it is. Whether you like it or not. And you have to accept it. But this is life. Then we gather experience. Experience of what? Of the things that we expect or want from life. It's never enough. It's never enough for all our wants that we want for ourselves. We attract for ourselves. In our sensual experience, call it a thing, living being, circumstances. It's never enough. All we are looking for is inner satisfaction. You have a water. A water. Inner satisfaction. To feel complete. Feel fulfilled. Did you know that? We are desperate, looking for something we don't know what it is. Sometimes you ask somebody, what do you want? I don't know what I want, but I want something. What you want is to feel complete, be satisfied. The same feeling you get when somebody keeps offering you food. You go like, no, I can't. I'm satisfied. I'm okay. Most of the time, after that, you experience silence. Same thing here. We got an experience. And for many, that experience is never enough. They don't analyze. They want more, they want more, they want more. And they keep falling into the same conclusion. But never mind. For many people, that is life. But for many of us, that doesn't make any sense. This cannot be life. There has to be a purpose. When I have understood that there is no way out of this labyrinth of misery, the only way out is when you get hold of yourself. From inquiry. You take charge, you take responsibility of your own life. Yes, I wanted this, I wanted that. Now that you've got everything you wanted, now what? Then you are born, you are way to a higher purpose. There comes a moment when we start learning, assimilating our experience. There must be something else. That we call Inner life. Inner life is real. It's not just in books, you know. I hope you're on board on this. So as you know, for any undertaking, we need discipline. Now, in the beginning, moments ago, I told you that we're already self-conscious beings. That itself tells us that we are divine beings. God lives in us, manifests himself through us as you. Vedanta says that. God lives within us and manifests himself through us as us. In this case, Swami D. With name and form. My job is to let God manifest and express and expand. I have to remove all these ideas, limiting ideas about myself. I should be able to unite myself to the totality we call God. Is that clear? Very good. That is clear, then there is a purpose. Why is it that if I'm already God, Swami, I'm experiencing all these things, all these limitations? Because you believe that it's be real. So we have to work with our own likes and dislikes. We have to cleanse ourselves, remove the dirt from pure gold that we are already. That is a job that we all must undertake in life. Nobody can do that for us. Nobody. The more we connect and tune up with that reality, the more peace we experience. And that's all we want. We want peace. Not that somebody should give it to me. It has to come from within. That's when you tap into your own nature. Perfect peace. You can continue living, huh? All right. You can continue playing the roles you play in life. But that peace everywhere. This play will continue. God only knows what it is all about, honestly. That you are a father, a mother, a son, regardless of our roles in life. But one thing is true. We need to play, not be played. Okay? We are being played when we expect that that peace has to come from outside, from somebody, from a thing that all of a sudden you own, or circumstances around you. The spiritual heritage coming from India, these revelations say, go with it. Inner life is real. So many people come to me and say, Swami, it's very hard. Then what do you do? Well, I only practice what I feel like. Would that do? Regardless whether you feel like it or not. You have to commune with your own being every single day. You open your eyes, the very first thought that should come to your mind is welcome to this beautiful world. Jesus is all around this day, so amen. Clearly, if you are interested, if there is deep interest, deep understanding, you have to go crazy about it. You have to investigate, research, commit. When you understand the essence of the spiritual practice, you should be able to customize your own practices. Customize your own practices without compromising the goal. Oh, because I was told that I should do it like this, but one day I can do it, and I don't. It's hard, just forget about it. Oh, wow. When you understand the essence, you customize it. We are beings that are driven by our moods. Just like the weather. The sun is there, right? Even behind the clouds. The day is gray, it's raining. I've been driving here just now, and all of a sudden, it was a clear sky, and all of a sudden, whoa, dark, all these clouds were following me. I was driving faster than them. The sun is always there. It's always present, regardless of what you experience. This is life, my friends. And life is ups and downs. But make that commitment. Do close your eyes, go within, make communion with your own self. You call it God. In your own way, in the form of prayer, offering. It's a must. Otherwise, as Thomas Merton says, one time, like, you won't reach it all. It's okay that you love, say, music. But you should love God more and offer your music to God. Offer your whole life to God. Then you can do whatever you want. If you do that, you have to be the best. Because it's for your God. So you have to work harder and harder to offer your God the best of yourself. This goes for anything you might want in life. Sometimes, we in Vedanta, we talk about desires, and they say like, no, you shouldn't desire anything. How can I not desire anything? Life itself is desire. It's how you navigate those desires. If the desires, they bind you, they make you slave, then watch out. The Southern say, ain't good. So there must be interest so that you can investigate. Like digging into it. Yesterday, it was funny, I got a phone call, and this gentleman was asking me questions, question after question, and the questions were getting more interesting to me. So all of a sudden, he started inquiring about monastic life. I was like, oh, so I guess you were interested in monastic life. Well, that's okay. If that's the case, let me tell you what it is. Nobody need to know everything. Okay, fine. Well, I don't have much time, but I can tell you. All of a sudden, he says, but I was like, something was not quite right in our conversation. And then I asked, but is this for you? Oh, no, I'm just simply inquiring about for my nephew. Then I started laughing. Are you serious? That you're inquiring for your nephew? Your nephew should call me. He should come see me. If he's so interested, you can do this for him. You might want your nephew to be good and maybe follow the spiritual path, but let him decide. So that goes in our life. So you should know what needs to be done. What are the disciplines, the means, and the uncompromising willingness to do it. Uncompromising. You cannot complain. You have to understand that for anything we want to achieve in life, we must be persistent. We must love. But it's true. What's the second thing you love the most? The goal. Then you promote God. The beginning was a means, give me. Now God is my goal. So you should fall in love with God. Deeply. Obsessively. The same way that you fall in love for silly things in the world. You you're obsessed with it. I want it. Without it, I can't live. That should be your case with God. Because He's real. That is, He's the only way out, He's the only way out of this mess. So, yes, we should go crazy. What is Ramakrishna? He used to be called the madman of Dakshineshwar. That's what we believe. The temple garden called Dakshineshwar. He was crazy. He was considered crazy. He was. He used to say, people are crazy about money, name, fame. I'm crazy about God. Is that good? Well, it's good. To be crazy about the thing that will make you free. Why would you go crazy about things that make you slave? So as you work on this, you will get the taste. When I was a kid, we have to study math and all that. Sometimes it's hard because you don't get the right pictures, just tell you do this and now you wait for that. All right. So I used to sit with my dad and just to practice to exercise. And he used to say, you don't like it because you don't understand it yet. The moment you understand, you love it. The moment you reach mastery, you become mastery. And mastery is love. So we need to understand this so that we not just like it, we love it. You develop mastery over the subject, consistency. Consistency is intensity. Do every day. We are all closer to age. I can see that none of us is truly, but maybe one or two. But what happens with you when you work out? The beginning is tough, huh? All these push-ups and like you are cycling. Keep going, keep going. But I can't do it. Just keep going. And eventually, you cross a line where you start enjoying it. Not just that. You're advised to work out, say, 3 to 3 days a week. All of a sudden, you start craving it. You need it. You need to feel that freedom. You need to reach that level. You need to cross that line where we feel heaviness, getting up early in the morning, or getting at the point to remember the Lord instead of who's texting me. Mm-hmm. So we need to get the taste. Life itself becomes a means for self-mastery. And our goal has become God Himself. In the beginning, God was the means. Now, life itself, everything you do in life, is the means. I call it a field of yoga. Wherever you find yourself, you have responsibilities. Because yoga and spiritual life is not running away from it. It's not like, oh, I need to be quiet. We all have responsibilities. And that's our field of yoga. And that should be the means to exercise our communion with God. Life itself is the means to achieve fulfillment. Self-mastery, that means to know yourself. This should be very clear to you. As we engage in spiritual practices, we achieve something that is essential in our daily life. Essential. In fact, the goal of all our spiritual practices, or what we call yogas, is to achieve this. What is it? Calmness, tranquility. I was telling you peace. Stay calm. This play goes on. You have to stay calm. Yoga, religious practice, help you exercise that. Otherwise, we are very reactive people. We are reacting all the time. If we have a deep communion with God every day, we'll stay calm. And that will help us making the right decisions. As we achieve calmness in our heart, we realize that that God, which we projected in the outside, we created with our own minds, we superimposed on an image, on a symbol. It was actually within us all the time. All the time. And it is. All the time. Where, Swami? I don't see it. Know yourself. It's not in the past, in the thoughts of the past. It's not in the thoughts of the future. It's here and now. All the time. Doesn't go anywhere. And the joy just to live in this moment. When you get good at it, everything, you become indifferent to everything. Oh, it's all right. You like this? That's fine, sure, okay. You have preferences, definitely, but you don't expect to be fulfilled. So, but what do I do, Swami? There are so many books, so many teachers. How do I do this? Find whatever structure you need, because we need a structure in our lives. In the form of a community, in the form of a lineage, those who follow the teachings of a certain teacher. But once you do, stick to it. Don't put, and Thomas Merton said, 2 legs in 2 different boats. Make up your minds. God is everywhere already, but if you want to connect to God through an image, through a symbol, through a teacher, do it. Because it works. You can ask all those fanatics out there, oh, my God alone is real. He is only the only way. Of course it is. If you commit to him or to it, you reach the same destination. Regardless his name, form, shape, religion. The only thing that is needed is commitment. We have all these symbols. Yes, I love it. I love to see all these symbols of all religions as different paths towards one goal. But I follow one path. And in that path, I see them all as the same. I merge all of them in one. I accept all of them to be real. We've been celebrating Jesus Christ's birth recently. Oh my gosh, we were all crazy about Jesus. We celebrated this at Krishna Monastery. So we sang carols and different songs, Christian songs, and it was great. We honor God in the form of Jesus. But we need a structure. We call it Buddha, Jesus, any Avaduta, Jivan Mukta, liberated soul, who give teachings, Ramana Maharshi, for example, whatever you like. But once you like something or somebody, stick to it. Hmm? We need a community, we need support, because we are social beings. Hmm? Find inspiration in your teachers by studying their lives, by studying their teachings. They all talk about the same ancient discoveries, ancient revelations about the same truth. Go deep into it. Find inspiration. Nobody can do that for you. Again, go crazy. Don't have much time. So we need to make efforts in our lives. We need to make use of this gift given to us, our capacity to know and to feel, to relate to the totality we call God. We need to let manifest that bonding power that lies within us, which makes us feel complete. It's not private to saints. We have to assume a mature attitude in our lives. A way to cultivate discipline is to understand what works for you best. What works for you best. Sometimes we just embrace certain spiritual practices. We may not completely connect with them, but when you try to understand its essence, what is the basis of the practice, then, as I said in the beginning, we can customize it. Oh, I feel this way today. All right, I might not be able to, or it's hard to focus, I'm falling asleep. Get up, go for a walk, and chant his name. But it won't do if you just say, well, let me just sleep. Tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, my friends. If you want to live in God, God is here and now. But we have to make that connection. If you already made up your mind, then if you want to stay awake, you made that decision, then you already chosen. Remember that great movie? You already decided to take the red pill. But the red pill is not just for one day. You have to take the red pill every day. Are you familiar with the red pill? Red pill comes from the movie The Matrix, where a person was given this decision to choose to remain awake in the presence of what we call God, the reality, or just to remain asleep and pretend that nothing is happening. The moment we make this decision, we have to be consistent and coherent. You pick the red one, that's it, that's your path. It won't do if you say, oh, let me take the blue one just for today. Don't take that risk. You may fall asleep again. The red one. making the choice at every moment. I remember when many years ago I decided to pick that red pill, and even though I was doing my spiritual practices daily and before becoming a monk, sometimes I would experience during the day that that peace was gone. And then I asked my spiritual teacher, my spiritual guide back then, and I said, you know, this works, but just in the morning or early morning, once you go out there, and it's like, and then wow, the answer was very hard. It was like a punch. You are a hypocrite. I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. You have to carry that practice throughout the day. It won't just do to say, oh, I have done my thing in the morning, now I can do whatever I want. Every moment. Spiritual discipline is a journey. The discipline is the means. It's a journey. When you take care of the means, the goal will be achieved by itself. You do what you have to do. You don't worry. You know the shore is there, that direction. Just keep swimming. Sometimes the tide will be high. You won't see, and you will go, oh my gosh, where am I? Just keep swimming. You will reach your destination. There will be ups and downs along the way. First, choose specific practices that you would like to focus on. Follow a definite routine. Everything must be clear and definite in a spiritual life. To you. The first thing to be done by every aspirant is to fix a definite routine and stick to it at all costs. Some people are afraid that such a rigid, systematic plan will make their life mechanical. It cannot be mechanical. The meaning should be present all the time. The meaning should come to you immediately. The beginner especially cannot afford to do without a definite routine. Cannot afford to disregard this routine. That is the only way discipline, that love, that need, as if air, oxygen, will come to you. It's the only way. Otherwise, we fall asleep again. And then, well, distractions comes to you. Oh, okay, well, all right, this is life, right? Then you fall again into this circle of suffering, a little joy, suffering. You should be done. Take charge of your life. Life is short, but it's for you to enjoy, not to be enjoyed by life. The duration of a spiritual practice should be slowly and steadily increased so that it becomes your second nature. The beginning, just like, okay, let me start with 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. That much you can do. Then you have to go to work before going to bed, another half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is, until it becomes natural. But discipline requires commitment, self-awareness, continuous effort. And you must possess that determination. Commitment, self-awareness. What is the self? Here. What am I doing? What is my mind following? What am I becoming if I follow my thoughts? Continuous effort. You must possess very strong determination. That is the way to success. Not just in a spiritual life, in any undertaking. You should know. You know. I know it's hard, but there is no other way. We are hypnotized, people. We are hypnotized. We have to remove that fantasy layer before our eyes. God is real, and we are surrounded by him. So there is nothing for us to want. Relax. You are already. So live in joy. Be content. But don't forget. So I had a system to share with you, but I don't think I will have the time. But I like to share some productive habits, which they are coming from the scriptures, the Indian scriptures. And I think they are very helpful, because after all, we are human beings. And we are led by simple things. So there are 7 habits. We call them healthy habits. The first one is the word itself, the life of discipline. It's a habit. You gotta do what you gotta do. That means that you have to develop a habit of preceding all your actions by appropriate planning and preparation. Preceding all your actions. What do I need to do tomorrow morning? First thing first. If you use your Instagram notification alarm or ding, that bell, use it correctly. Remind yourself. Make use of this amazing technology to stay connected with God. You should know what you're up to do the next moment. Until it becomes natural. Until you won't be able to start your day without saying a prayer or making a communion with your God. You cannot get out of your house without doing this. We should never take any thoughtless action. Advanced planning and advanced preparation in life is required. In a spiritual life, very much so. Get hold of your means. What are the means before me to stay connected with God? Inspiration is a must. Inspiration is a must. The first habit is the discipline of preparation, planning, but that should be supplemented with hard work. That is the second healthy habit. Hard work and effort. Exercising effort. All forms of success, as I mentioned before, require perseverance. No matter the obstacles, obstacles are there to be overcome, to learn from them, are opportunities for growth. No complaints here. Whatever the circumstances are put before you are for you to learn and grow, my friend, not to complain. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to have a positive mind. Nobody can help you. Nobody except yourselves. And it's your own attitude that matters. The third healthy habit, and this is something that is very Vedic. It's very much exercised almost naturally in all cultures, but particularly in these Asian cultures, like in India, for example. Aesthetics, cleanliness, orderliness, beauty. Make efforts to have your surroundings clean and beautiful. You'll feel better. We all love that. This is very important. When you live at home, sometimes you say, no, I don't have a place to meditate. I don't have a place for a shrine. Shut up. Don't say that. You can make a corner. You can sit down. You can put your asana or a carpet. There are no excuses. And make that place clean, looking beautiful, aromas, essence. Should feel inspired to do this every day. Music. So cleanliness, orderliness, and beauty. That's how we invoke that divine goddess called Lakshmi. Prosperity comes to us. Not just the spiritual prosperity. External prosperity. Now you like it. Okay. Yes. Because when you feel good with yourself, you become more efficient. When you offer the best of your attention, whatever likings you have to your God, you become more efficient. And prosperity follows you. It's not your good luck. You want to call it luck? All right. It's yourself. You should invoke that. Now, as human beings, we live in a society, and we also need to practice healthy habits. The fourth one is honesty and integrity. You have to consider, be considerate. You have to exercise values. You just can't abuse. Whatever you want for yourself, you have to give. That's the way. Even if you don't receive anything yet, give it first. That's the universal principle. There is some kind of conscience, when it comes to, it hits us right here in the form of guilt. That shouldn't be happening. Immediately you have to clear your path. I didn't know anything better. I can clear the path by saying, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know anything better back then. You have to feel clean. No burden, acceptance. And if you can clear the path, do it. We have to see ourselves in each other. This is real spiritual life. Always listen to that inner voice. Being honest with ourselves, and follow that inner conscience. When we ignore our conscience, our inner conscience, and guilt, after some times, that inner voice is suppressed. And that's the worst thing that can happen to us, human beings, because we can become worse than animals. So we have to stay alert. The fifth healthy value is obedience, something that nobody likes, especially in the West. Oh, what do you know? That's a value that's kind of lost here. I remember my father used to say when he would greet his grandmother, he has first to kneel down and ask for blessings. This is coming from Italy. That tradition is lost. Hey, Grandma, what's up? Huh? What happened to all those values? I have to tell you, in India, that's still alive. I witness it. And we have to practice it. So at least we have to pay attention to somebody else's experience. You have to be open to listen and practice and obey in certain circumstances, especially when you are young, You think you know it all. When you're a teenager, well, now we are all grown up. That's not our case here, but the sixth value is consideration to others. Sacrifice that self-interest for the sake of others. And the seventh, my friends, I already went beyond the time, is what we call sincerity. We have to be sincere so that we can practice the 6 values that I just mentioned. Sincerity. So, developing the habit of preceding our actions by appropriate planning and preparation, that's the discipline, until it becomes our second nature. Hard work, second. Third, aesthetics. When you feel depressed, make things beautiful. Bake nice cookies. Excellence, always pay attention to your attitude. Honesty, obedience, consideration to others, and sincerity. I'd like to close with this saying by Sri Ramakrishna. Find this in his teachings. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, one feels restless for God when one's soul longs for his vision. Now, his vision is not, sometimes we feel vision, like I need to see with my eyes. Vision is a realization, it's a feeling, it's a communion, that what you see, even though bodies with shapes and names and forms, is God himself. And he had that. When he was asked, have you seen God? I see God all the time, he said. Even clearer than I'm seeing you right now. One feels restless for God when one's soul longs for his vision. The Guru said to the disciple, come with me. I shall show you what kind of longing will enable you to see God. You ready? Saying this, he took the disciple to a pond and pressed his head under the water. After a few moments, he released the disciple and asked, how did you feel? The disciple answered, no, I felt as if I was dying. I was dying. I was longing for a breath of air. Imagine yourself longing for a breath of air. We need that. We need to fall in love with this. So much so that it's no burden. It's not, I don't feel like. You just do it. You flow with it. When the soul longs and yearns for God like that, then you will know that you do not have to long too long. You don't have long to wait for his vision. Thank you.
Time for a song?
Sorry.
No need to apologize, my
All right.
You're welcome to go as long as you like. But if anybody has any questions, perhaps during
Yes, please.
We have time for one or two questions.
You're welcome. I'm glad.
I would like to know what the Vedanta concept of God is, since you refer to God as.
What God is Sat Chit Ananda. The nature of God, it is said, it cannot be described. The moment we say what God is, we kill God. God is infinite. But in order to say something so that our minds can grasp, it's called Sat, existence absolute. Absolute. Awareness absolute. And bliss absolute. Now, two things you are able to experience here and now: existence and awareness, aren't you? The third thing, bliss, that's what we are crazy for, and we look for in the external world. But we are of the nature of bliss. It lies in our own nature. How do you know? What happens to you when you look for that bliss in your desires? You want something, you go blind. The moment the desire is fulfilled, you go, the world stops. For how long? Not for long. It wasn't the object, it wasn't the person, it wasn't the circumstances. You touched your own nature for a millisecond. That comes from within. What God is that. It's called Tat, Chaitanyam, or consciousness. And you are that. You're welcome.
It was wonderful song. I personally resonate with your notion of God and body. And last month I did go to Balboa Park, Lakshmeshwar and Balboa Park. But I see many young people, including my daughter, secular humanists. You know, they don't resonate with the idea of God, but they do meditation. Like my daughter does it with an app. So I'm not sure if I have a question, but I really don't want to try to change her. She's grounded, but I feel increasingly the young folks, that's the society today. The notion of bhakti, God, is not like permeating the young people. Just an observation.
Well, the times, it's a good observation. It's very, it's real. We see that all the time. Everybody would right next to each other, and you're coming. Yesterday, somebody was telling me there is somebody who is deaf. She can hear. The only way she can hear is over the phone. so even though you're in front, you have to call her. That was how interesting. Yes, that's the reality. But well, as parents, we have a responsibility, especially those who are awake and who are open to this knowledge, to guide them, to show them the way. But we can't do it for them. Some of them listen, and they sort of have that inner intuition, which is what we need. In Vedanta, we say that, well, no, it's not intuition, but look, there is some sense of truth lying within us that can tell us that is right. What you just said is right. I don't know how I know that's right, but I know. That every living being, human being, needs to experience that. Sometimes, unfortunately, that happens with blows, blow after blow in life. Then we kind of, oh, okay, I don't think this is the way. It's not there, it's within me. Then commitment will come. It happens to us.